I have no way to check the recording, so I hope it's working. Anyways, have you ever at any point of your life realized that what you're doing isn't really fulfilling in any way, like financially or spiritually, like a monk? Well, I'm going through that, so I've decided to teach a bunch of strangers on the internet, that's you guys, how to make a song, music and shit, because I'm a trained violinist. Shit, oh fuck, I just broke that. Yo, I'm kind of goated at it. What the So you pimp squeaks want to make music, huh? Well, it's not that easy, okay? You need the theory, you need the knowledge. You don't have that. And that's why I'm here to give it to you. I'm gonna spread all my knowledge all over you. And you're gonna like it. I might need a script. Fuck. So, what is music? It's basically sound mixed with time, right? That's what music is. I don't think no one's getting lost here. Anyways, so what is sound? Well, sound is just the air vibrating, going back and forth. Basically, it's just waves. The higher the frequency, the higher the pitch. Frequency. God damn, it just means how often shit repeats itself. If we have one point vibrating and that point comes back to its original position in a second, that means that the frequency of the wave that point is a part of is 1 hertz. That's a unit. You got that? Sweet, let's move on. Now let's take 440 hertz. Hertzes. I don't know if that has a plural. And I don't know why 440, okay? It apparently was decided by some dude. Anyways, so let's take 440 multiplied by 2, right? What do we get for the math heads? For the math heads in the chat, what do we get? We get 880. Yeah, I definitely didn't ask to do the math in my head. 880, that's a special number. And why is that a special number? I just told you, fucking dipshit. It's double the original frequency, and that makes it special because our brains interpret it as the same note, which in this case, it's A. Yeah. The interval between these two numbers, or the same note but higher, that's called an octave, and that's very, very important. I don't know, keep it present in in that big forehead of yours, big fucking 5-head, big head. You have a big head. So now we're gonna take the octave and we're gonna find
12 points equally distant to each other within that range.
And you're gonna ask me why 12, and that's a very good question. So now these numbers we've picked out, those are the notes we can use, the music notes we all know and love. So we could give them names, but since we are speaking in English and we have no hearts, we're just gonna call them letters. Yep. By the way, the space between two notes, that's called a step. That's going to be very important because I'm going to be saying that word a lot from now on. Okay, so now that we have notes, we can't just play them at random because musicians hate freedom and they're known for that. They limit the notes we can use in a song by using a scale. And a scale is just a group of notes that go well together. They sound good. You're just used to it. There's no logic to it. There's no nothing. You might be asking, with that yapping mouth of yours, how do I know what notes to pick out? I'm a stupid idiot. How do I know that? I'm not even gonna pretend I'm not reading now, okay? Sorry. For the major scale, to build it, there's a set of instructions, right? And you're gonna have to start by choosing a root note, I don't know, G or C, and that's gonna be G major or C major or whatever. To get the rest of the notes, you just gotta go up a step, take it, another step, a half step, another step, another step, half a step, and you're back to where you started. Yeah, note that down or something. Because God knows you're not remembering that shit, bro. You're not. There's also minor scales. You have the natural minor, which goes step, half step, 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 half step, step, and another step. Hope you're following along, man. And the harmonic minor is step, half step, 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 half step, 1 step and a half, and half a step. 1 step and a half is crazy, bro. I didn't even remember that. And finally, there's the melodic minor, which goes step, half step, 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 and a half step. Also, there's this thing. It's called 3 3 or 4 scales, they're good and all, but in more than 1,000 years of modern music history, it gets old. It gets old fast. So musicians came up with this thing called modes, and I wouldn't know how to explain them super well, but since I'm the one learning, you're gonna have to settle for my shitty explanation. So as I said, a major scale is kind of a set of instructions. To create a mode, you'd pick an instruction that's not the first one, and there's 7 modes, one for each instruction, and you just follow them, and when you reach the end, you just go back to the beginning until you finish at the instruction you started at. If you start from the 4th instruction, you're going to be making the Lydian mode, and it'll go something like this. Let me read it. Step, 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 half a step, 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 half a step, and ta-da, that's the Lydian mode. Yeah, that's it. It's that easy. It really is. And by the way, the 6th mode is the natural minor scale. Just so you know. I don't know. Thought you might like the little fact. And now that we know what notes we can use, you might be realizing that most music isn't just one note at a time. So it's time we learn harmonics and chords and all that fun stuff. There's a shit ton of chords. Before we learn about them, I'm gonna have to lay a little bit of groundwork. So every note is related to every other note. There's something called intervals. Remember the octave? Yeah, there's many of those. There's a lot of them. And the ones we need to know are the 3rd, which could be major or minor, the perfect 5th, and the 7th. There's also more intervals. There's 9th, 11th, 13th, the 6th, the 4th, but I'm not gonna get into it. And now I'm gonna list off all the types of chords, the important ones, and you're just gonna sit here and listen. There's the major, the minor, the augmented, minor 7th, diminished, dominant 7th, sus, major 7th. Hope you got all that. There's many more types, and I'm not gonna get into it. But now that we know all the rules, we can start doing fun shit, like actually start composing. Yeah, this is when the video actually begins. This is the worst recording setup ever. So I'm gonna start by sketching out what I want the whole song to look like. I got the good old FL Studio open. First, I think I'm gonna figure out the bass, so I also get kind of a chord progression. Grand piano. Classic. Okay, so first thing I gotta do is choose a scale. I think I'm going to go for A Mixolydian. I'm just going to this around. I like this one. I'm gonna go up. I want to make use of that flat 7th, so I might just do it right now. And then we add tension going to the 2nd. No, we go to the 5th. We go to the 5th. Yeah, I could go here. Ooh, that's better. I'm gonna do something else, okay? I'm not cheating on the chord progression, but I'm gonna try out some different, okay? I'm gonna go to A sharp because, honestly, picked it random. I'm gonna do a minor scale. I'm gonna make a chord progression with it. See what comes out, what happens. I mean, let's make use of the flat 3rd here. Oops, that's not what I want. Oh shit, that goes hard. Okay, fuck that one. Fuck this chord progression. 4-3, 4-7, 2, 4-7, 4. What the fuck? Fuck it. Boom. This is my new friend. There we go. This is a 2-6-5-1 progression. 2-6-5-1. Okay, so now that we have our chord progression decided, it's time we start actually making a song and stop bumming around. Before I start, 2 main things. I am recording with my trusty phone, so quality isn't going to be the best. And my guitar is missing both the lower E string and the higher E string. Yeah. Anyways, our chord progression consists D, F, E, A. I would make it something like this. I've decided to make the A. I decided to put it in the beginning because it sounds better to me. Now we got something like hate this shit. I hate it. So I'm just gonna get rid of it, and instead, in this last chord, I'm just gonna give it a little bit more pizzazz by taking off my fingers. Oh, yes. And little do you know, I've been working at this for like a week now, so I got something prepared for you. I've decided to start with a riff. I actually want to introduce the chords that are going to make up the verse of the song. The A chord, I decided to make it a seventh because infinitely better. Ah, America. Land of the bald eagle. Anyways, now that we have the main idea, we can move on to making sort of a sketch of the whole song, right? Now, I know I said I was a trained violinist, and I meant that, but I'm actually not. I'm actually not a musician. So we need to cover up my guitar playing with more guitar playing so no one notices how ass it is. For now, we'll take the introduction I've made and we'll add a lead guitar to it. For the lead guitar, I take the A minor scale and then I play notes at random. I don't know what notes I played. So we noodle a little bit over the chord progression so we get an introduction done. And then while that's happening, boom, in comes a bass. And the bass goes A, C, D. And then it goes into the C, F, D. I don't know, it was kind of long ago that I did this. Now we go into the beginning of the song, and I'm gonna add a piano there too because, as I said before, there really can't be enough layers to cover up my very apparent lack of skill. Anyways, and here's the piano chords I chose. They are, respectively, A minor 7, C major 7, F 11 maybe, D sus4, C sus4, A minor 7 again, G, C major 7, add 6, which means that you basically just add the sixth interval in relation to that note, F add 6, and F11 probably, and then a C power chord to seal the deal. Yeah, so while that's happening, we do the main chord progression that we already talked about. We do that for a while, maybe 2 or 3 times till it gets boring, and then when it's about to get boring, we switch it up. We do E and C flat 7 11. I don't know what I was thinking. And we'll have the bass accompanying that with E, C, D, and then back to E. Is that right? Yeah, probably it is. And now that we've broken the mold with subverted expectations, we should get high now. We should get high. We go up the neck and we play A and E major, which is outside of the scale, but that's nothing new because I already did that F major and then F minor. I don't know, what am I, Radiohead? We play that twice. The first time it's accompanied by the lead and then the second time by the bass, because why the fuck not? Okay, and now we're kind of in a state of tension. To ease off of that, we're going to go to a more chill chord progression, something different, something we haven't heard before, right? Something like C to the F to the D to the F again to the C to the back to the F to the D and then real fast E and G super fast. And after we do that, that's when we bring back the main chord progression we played at the beginning of the song, and we bring like 4 fucking guitars. They're all playing the same fucking shit. We do that like 4 times or so, change to another like random chord progression, and then we ease off of the volume, and that's it. That's a song. Yeah. Okay, so now all I gotta do is record everything with no mistakes and on time with a metronome, and I'll be done. Yeah. Or I could splice the shit out of each track on the sketch, put everything into place, and hope no one notices the weird, unsynced, fucked up, unsalvageable parts.